Before we start, is all racers signed in?
Did everybody sign the yellow pad?
Okay.
And if you want a membership application, they're laying up here also. You don't have to pay today, but you get your application filled out.
So hopefully, won't be here too long today. Going down our agenda here, all board members are present, JJ Gordon, Bill Housett, myself, Teresa Campbell. At this time, do I have a motion for anyone that wishes to run for any office or change the board? Again, do I have a motion for anyone that wishes to change the board, run for office? Going once. Can I get a motion to retain the current board as is? Jeremy, can I get a second? James Raines, motion's carried. Thank you so much. He couldn't be here this morning because he's still doing some therapy, but just want to make the announcement that Dr. Lynn Beach has come back on board to be our title and presenting sponsor for this year. We're very grateful for Doc's contributions. Definitely makes us so strong, and he can't be successful without his help. We're hoping he can make it today, but he's still in physical therapy, still recovering. We've been able to retain other sponsors as well, such as Tire Bloomers, B&J Trucking, Lane Performance Springs, Team Wilson Racing, Alvin Automotive. We talked to him, so we're good there. Superior Custom Fabrication. Bill, I'll let you talk about Bright Racing since they're back on with us this year.
Is anybody? I mean, I know quite a few of us buy stuff from him, but man, I talk to Brian a lot. And he's got Mod Lot wheels now, so you know if you need to order some wheels, you ain't gotta wait 5 days to get them anywhere else. You just next day you get them. Man, he's done a pretty good job as far as making sure everybody that races with us has what they need. You know, any kind of switch tube, Heims, body parts. I mean, anything you can think of, he's got it, man. And he sure would appreciate the business. You know, he's not no big name like Speedway or nothing like that, but he has good stuff and he tries to take care of us, you know. So if y'all don't mind, try to use him as much as you can. You know, he's been a pretty good contributor to what we've been doing the last 2 years.
You know, he gave us those gift cards that we gave out at the banquet, two $25 gift cards to everybody in the top 10. I know my stepdad's been buying a lot of fasteners, hot rivets with him. I had to replace the socket that goes in my impact gun because people know me that I like to change tires a lot, so it was time for a new socket.
I'm wearing it.
I know.
Taking the extra plumb out of it.
Yeah.
You change socket when you change tires.
But, you know, like Dylan said, he's within a 1 day shipping radius, so you don't have to, you know, ground shipping. You order it on Monday, and he'll send it to you on Tuesday. I know that he has your email. You'll get an email with a tracking number. And, you know, we got a race up there on May 3rd and 4th where he's going to sponsor our weekend where we go to Arrowhead in Colcord, Oklahoma, and then Van Crawford County on Saturday. We're going to try to do kind of like a meet and greet and display at Bright Racing, and we'll have more details for that as it gets nearer. But like I said, Brian Snyder just does so much for us, and you know, if you can, instead of order from Speedway, which you know supports IMCA, we ask that you get you know Bright. Try first. They've got a great website, very detailed, and they got some of the best catalogs I've ever seen, and we'll have some more of them when we get some sent to us for the first race. The other sponsor on the list here, I won't forget Schoenfeld Headers is going to be helping us out this year. Schoenfeld and Tim Barney, you know, they gave away a header at our banquet. I thought it was pretty cool. And I thought a pretty deserving guy got it too. That's Carson at your house. The last sponsor I want to talk about is Mid-State Racing. Of course, Mid-State gives us this meeting spot. They sell the fuel, they sell the tires, and we really ask that, when it comes to getting your Mod Light tires and your fuel, please get them from Mid-State, because ever since we started Mod Lights of Arkansas, they've been nothing but giving. Even when Miss Karen Goodson was still with us, gives us tires for the banquet, the fuel jugs. And this year, we worked out a deal where we're going to keep a limited amount of tires with us at the racetrack. So when we go somewhere and you have to need a tire that day or the next night, we'll have it. If you want to pay them in advance for a tire, we'll bring it to the racetrack for you. So that's something new, is we're going to keep tires with us at the races this year, and keep your business local, support the businesses that support you, that helps make your racing possible. That's what we ask. Another big change, well, not necessarily a change, is the contingency awards. And it's been written, it's in our rules that to receive contingency awards, you must be a member. And last year, I deliberately let that slide a little bit, because I wanted to extend the olive branch out to everybody, just as an act of kindness. This year, if you want to get the B&J Trucking Hard Charger Award, you want to get the Mid-State Lucky 7 Award, Tire Boomers Award, Landing Spring Certificates Award, the Show and Fill Headers Award, which will be a new one this year. All those special prizes, you got to be a member. And membership only costs $50, but how much stuff do we get at the end of the year?
Enough for $50, for sure.
Yeah. You got a brand new car in there too. Yeah. So, let's be honest, towards membership that helps make this possible, helps us put on races, get our name out there. So this year, to get any kind of contingency prize, you must be a member. You don't have to be a member of MLA to race MLA races. You'll get the same payout that everybody gets, but you will not be eligible for contingency prizes and awards this year. We're really going to stick with that. Also, when we have the stickers, we're going to make, contingency stickers as well for these individual sponsors as well. I'm going to go somewhere here. Mike. This year, he's going to be following us, doing podcasts about our series, our racers, and he's going to be commentating some of our races. So I encourage everybody to get a chance to know him as he gets to know us. You want to talk about your podcast? Or?
Yeah, basically what it is I cover the tracks that I announce at, like Batesville. I also do Black Rock go-kart track, and then now I'm going to be doing y'all stuff. So all my show's about is just what I'm on and what I do. It's nothing outside of what I do. It's strictly on what I do. So there'll be a lot of stuff about y'all. There'll be a lot of stuff about Batesville. There'll be a lot of stuff about Black Rock. So for instance, say y'all race that week, it'll be all about y'all that week. I may bring some of you drivers on if you want to come on. We'll set up your scheduling and make it where it's easy for y'all to come on. It's easy, simple. I send you a link. You connect into the stream, and it's all easy to use.
So this has been a great chance to get.
The biggest thing I do this for is for the drivers. That helps y'all get y'all sponsors more recognition, and that's was my main goal about this whole deal. Is drivers don't get to get their sponsors recognized enough.
So that's going to be a great addition this year. And I saw him walk in the door, but there's Dr. Lynn Beach, our title presenting sponsor this year. And I don't know if you felt your ears burned, but we were talking about you, and we kept it all good, and we didn't say nothing about you.
I didn't say one bad word.
Yeah, about you in the tire market, in cars or whatever, so we kept it good. So we're grateful to have Doc with us again. So speaking of our schedule, It's been out there. I tried to get it out there as early as I can so everybody can make plans. Uh, the March 16th to be announced date, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to leave that alone because we got a pretty intense stretch of races in April where we go 5 races in a row. So I just think it'd be fair to give everybody a chance to get your cars, out in March, race wherever you want to, get them dialed in before we start racing April 19th at Texarkana, which will be our first race. If you look at the schedule, it's if we go to some very familiar tracks, Joe and Henry Williams at $2 Pistol has been very nice to us. We got some races there. Hopefully, we have good turnout there and kind of can build on that. We go back to Riverside 3 times this year. I feel that's kind of it's time to do something like that, especially with Tennessee being as strong as they are, and also I think Southeast Missouri is going to come back since they got Benton Speedway and Doe Run has gone sanctioned next year. I think they'll grow the Mod Light class considerably, and we'll have them travel down. Rocket Speedway on June 29th. I know that I said we were going to go to Vivian that weekend, but they got new owners, new promoters, new everything, and they couldn't really. They didn't see the race that we were there at. It just blows my mind. I thought it was one of the best Mod Light races in Mod Light racing was down there at Architects. So Kevin Sestero is offered to step up, working on some sponsorship money to help raise the starting fee, because I know that's going to be a little bit of a drive for all of us. And then something else that I wanted to let you know is the Benton, Missouri race. So we tried to do that race last year, and the insurance still fell through. This year, we got it all worked out, and it's going to be $1,057 to win. And that's the Mod Lights of Arkansas to come and run that race. In the past, we usually have left the MLA national race at West Memphis as a show-up points race because it has a little bit increased entry fee. I suspect that the race in Benton, Missouri is going to be a little bit higher entry fee. I mean, higher, I'd say possibly $100. So I've talked to Dylan and JJ about this. We decided we're just going to make the Benton, Missouri race a show-up points race, but then make the last race, the September 21st national event at West Memphis, a regular points race. Because that's kind of something Tracy Clay used to do when we had the Mod Light Nationals. That was a show-up points race. Any kind of big race you did for any class was considered show-up point instead of a regular points race. Short track nationals the same way. So that's the only change we're going to do there. Since we don't really necessarily have a home track and we're a traveling series this year, we're just going to stick with the one points table where we had travel races for an extra 100 points on top of whatever you made of the regular points. We're just going to do regular points this year since we're just doing one point column. And if any of y'all want to see that point column, it's the same presentation that I gave last year. I'll happily send it to you. Just reach out to me. It's the same point system that I-30 has used forever. I think it starts off at 72. It goes down by increments of 3. And then heat race, you get 3 points for first, 2 for second, 1 for third in the heat races as well. So really, no real change. We're just going to go with the home point table because there's no need just to do the travel one because it's just an added 100 points for making the travel races. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
I know Mark Parker, our tech man, could not be here today. He's been in and out of the hospital. So he's back home resting. He wanted me to remind everybody of the changes in tech this year. Cannot have exposed weight in the cockpit. It goes for people that have weight bolted in the floorboard. of the car cannot be exposed. They're really gonna check for that this year. I'm sure you saw the Crutchfield video of the new cam lift tool. Model Lights of Arkansas does have one in its possession. I didn't think we need to bring it, but we have it. And Mark's gonna get practice on it when he gets to feeling well, and we are gonna use it. He also, as a benefit to every racer, he's got seals this year for your motors. That way, once you've gone through the engine tech process, he'll seal your motor, be the same sticker that they put on the valve cover, and if you tamper with it, it shows void. That way, you only have to go through the whole process once, which would be great for us, but just a reminder that Jimmy May doesn't have to honor that seal. If he sees that seal on your motor, Robbie Ford, he says, well, I want to see for myself, and we'll replace the seal as needed. But he will have the seals. He is the tech man. He actually works for IMCA. He doesn't work for us. So he'd be the guy to talk to once he gets up and going. Also, he wanted me to say about the hoop. We had a situation with the hoop at Plummerville. Doc had a real good view of this. We had a car that we couldn't get through the hoop, and it was the bottom left side panel. The corner was sticking out. Every time he come up to the hoop, the panel would try to wrap around the post of the hoop. Now he had a fastener that I don't know, they forgot to put together or something or design. So we made a decision to, we had to disqualify the car because he couldn't get through the hoop. And we found out that, well, some tracks is allowing you, once you get your front tires in the hoop, you can slide the hoop side to side. And I've tried to get clarification from this from Jimmy May, and straight up tell you, it's kind of left open for interpretation. But Mark said that MLA has never moved that hoop once the car is in it, and he's not going to do it. He said the hoop is like 2 fence posts planted into the ground, and it's your job to get your car through that 60.5-inch space between that hoop. So we're going to try to get to the race a little earlier this year so we can have that stuff set up for anybody that wants to, because we're not here to send people home disqualified. We want everybody to have a chance to race and race all night. I guess the hot topic, I'm going to let JJ talk about this. Before I turn it over to him, I just want you to know that it's about restart procedures, and we're going to give everybody that wants to say something about it a chance to speak about it. And then once we get that done, we're going to have a vote amongst the 2023 members. They're going to vote on this issue. So, yeah, it's marked the ballot, but everybody will get a chance to speak. Try not to talk over each other. Just keep it civil. And this time, JJ, the floor is yours on restarts.
All right, so the current procedure is double file, restarts, leader out front, second place, picks inside or outside until halfway through or first 5 functions.
After the second caution.
Sorry, second function. So, however y'all want to change it, y'all want to stick with it. I don't think Gary, you need to vote on this one.
I would love to change it.
What do you want?
Single file.
We want to go back to single file, calling out.
What's that?
I mean, what do y'all, what's y'all
Y'all
thought?
can speak whatever y'all want to say.
This is up to you. I mean,
Whatever
we're
y'all
here for
want to do, this is all
y'all.
y'all.
You want to say why?
If you're the guy that gets screwed in the race, and you have to come back to the file, at least you're doubled up and get a chance to at least get halfway back up to the pack.
And that's fair.
And that's fair.
How about this? There's a third option. 'Cause I know I started this whole thing last year. How about single file and take the tone away? When the leader fires, they're there for themselves. Would that help?
That's what we call it, capital.
Plummerville did that a couple years ago when I was running factory stocks, and it actually worked really well. Single file, when the leader fires, you go.
There's been people that said that have made observations that cars are not staying in line and jumping. before the cone or whatever. I mean, if you take the cone away, is that gonna open up, make it easier to jump, restarts? Didn't you get tagged for jumping start?
Yeah, I should.
Did you do it?
Oh, hell yeah, I did. Hey, it was right, 2 times in a row. The guy in the front didn't go. As soon as he touched his gas, he let off, and I did not. So I got called for jumping.
And that's the whole problem with cone is if that guy in front of you doesn't fire or doesn't, whatever, well then everyone else behind him
You get
is
stacked up.
screwed.
Well, I know brake checking has been an issue, and I know like IMCA has done away with bump shifters and speed shifters in the cars this year. And I think maybe that'll help some of it as well, because they'll take those bump shifters out of the equation, since a lot of people got, 17 to 21 Suzukis. I know that
I got one of them for sale too.
I know that came with stock car on the bike, but that's,
Right.
I mean, if you got an opinion you want heard about, either leave it alone, change it, whatever, I mean, this is your chance. Speak now. or hold
Anything
your
y'all wanna
peace.
say about it, you can
We
say it.
will vote on it. So, you want your voice heard, and I open this up to people that weren't members last year. If you want to speak about it, then we'll hear you right now.
I mean, the only thing to be about the double files, I mean, I don't know. Like y'all said, you're gonna have cautions regardless on some restarts. Single file, it doesn't matter. But if you have a guy that's a little bit more dominant than, say, a lot of the guys in front of him, he can go in there and he may go in there and make a move that makes this guy over here that might be third time in his car nervous. Well, he's gonna dump it in front of the whole field. It's you're either gonna have a caution on a single file or a double file. That's not the aspect of it. It's just whichever y'all prefer. You're gonna have cautions regardless. I mean, you're never gonna have a race that goes caution free. Very rarely does that happen. But it's, do you go single file and take a chance of less cautions than a double file, or do you stay with what we've been doing? It's completely up to whatever y'all want to do.
This past year, I don't think we've had very many cautions on the double
Not
file
really.
start.
Not really. We have not.
I think that's why.
And that was going in before was fighting to get to the inside. I mean,
Right.
I don't know if there's a rule about getting around the outside at all. You know, maybe not even changing the restart lineup and whatnot, but allow the car to, if he gets to be able to make a jump, he has to go to the outside. Now, I know the inside line ain't gonna be able to do that because it's gonna be closed up.
Mhm.
But if you're on the outside, you have that opportunity.
That's all about just holding your line.
Yeah.
There's somebody below you, you can't turn down on.
Right.
Some people still do, but
Right.
My biggest fear on double file is go to Crawford County Speedway. 99% of the time, that track is laid rubber at the feature.
on the bottom.
On the bottom.
Yep.
Okay.
Got 8 tires.
So, but here's the thing, double file restart on a 1-lane rubber racetrack. I mean, if you worked hard passing through it, now you're on the outside, and the inside guy's gonna have the line into the rubber.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always been,
But that's one track.
I know.
Well, then, like I said, what about a single file start with no cone?
That's still.
You're not eliminating the problem.
Chris Tucker, please.
I got a question. I-30 did it, single file and no passing for cones for years. And it always seemed to work out for that. So why change it? I mean, I see cars, to his argument, I see cars go to the back, and I can point fingers in here, the ones that I have seen go to the back, and then 3 laps, be back to fifth or better.
Right.
So, to me, I'm not as nervous in the car on single file as I am packed up, stacked up, 5 laps to go, and the track's got grip all the way around it, and everybody's doing balls. I mean,
Right.
This is my thought.
Right.
I can't hold it much, this is my thought.
No, I,
Tracy's done this for years, and she had a system. My guy, Tracy plays.
I mean, what's the last race at West Memphis? I mean, Dwayne, how many people did you guys tag for jumping starts?
Three, I know.
wasn't me. Wasn't me this time.
Ronnie
was one of them.
Yeah, Ronnie was one of them.
That was a night race.
But the more rules that you add, the more confusing it's gonna get.
Right.
You know, Gage got a good idea, when the car in front of you goes, and that's gonna be a judgment call. So who's gonna make that judgment? Is it the driver? Is it the driver? Who's got to make that call?
That's my biggest thing with.
Right, right. Who's got to make that call? You
Yeah.
make it simple, and there's the cone, you can't pass, that's my call.
As soon as you get to the flag stand, you can go.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, at the cone, you got Dwayne Reed at the cone, and then you got, Wayne Norman up in the flag stand. And I will say that there towards the latter half of the season, they were making more calls on jumping the start than on races.
The double file, the only thing it does is you're gonna get more people jumping the start on a double file restart than you are a single file because you can't jump.
Yep.
Right.
I don't know, that's, you're gonna drive a better race, you know, because you're going to the back.
That's right. That's right.
You're gonna drive better.
Yep.
Move the cone coming out of turn 4.
Move the cone back to turn 4.
Right, as soon as,
Once you hit the straightaway, you can do whatever you want to.
if you did, I mean, you could keep going back.
I agree with that.
I agree. I like that.
Well,
You could put it in between the flag stand and
Because
turn
once you
four.
come out of the turn, you should be able to go one side or the other of
Yes.
somebody. If you're on the straightaway, you should be able to pass somebody.
Do that, and do, keep making you pass them outside, can't go to the inside, because if you dive on the corner, it'll fall red. So allow.
The whole straightaway to go where you
Make
want
your
to go.
decision where you want to go.
Well, so we have the restart jump, the Alvin automotive restart jump this year. We had the flags that indicate this is where you can
So
restart
that's
the
where the
race.
leader starts, that should be where everybody else has the opportunity to pass. So, I mean,
To
you
start
do
the race.
that, the cone at the restart zone,
Not a bad idea.
Only problem with the cone back there is that I worry about my pit steward's safety because it's going to put him at some of these tracks, a very vulnerable position in an open spot
he's
because.
got good feet.
You don't even have to
Dwayne's
have the
quick on
cone,
the
just
feet.
no passing before the flag. It's stood up.
That's still,
That's
that's
what
what
I'm saying.
you know they won't work. You know it won't work.
You have a no passing before the flag, you're screwed.
You know it ain't gonna work.
Single file restart, you're firing, it's on for everybody else still on the back.
Alright. So I got I think I've heard 3 ideas. So the first idea is to leave it alone as is. So that's the first choice.
Mhm.
The second choice is to go single file, front straightaway cone like they've done at I-30 for many years. And Gage, am I hearing, or the third choice is to either move the cone back or do away with it altogether? Is that what I'm hearing?
Move the combat to turn four
Move the cone back to turn 4.
at the restart zone. Single file with a cone at the restart zone.
At the exit.
At
the exit of turn 4.
So.
He's just complaining about everything.
Okay.
Start at turn 4 will keep the people from the back jumping like we're trying to do.
Yes.
But it gives everyone coming down the front straightaway the opportunity to pass instead of trying to bottle up
But you
going
put that
in.
cone,
Yeah.
okay, here's another thing I just thought of. You put that cone out in the corner. If that track is a bottom dominant track and it's just marbles and stuff on the top, now you're forcing everybody to go through a dirty part of the racetrack on a restart of cold tires.
You don't have to move the cone.
Well, no, you can put the
Just move
cone
it
down
where
towards
you
the
know
bottom.
This is where you can't pass before.
Put it one
I
lane
mean, it
above
can
the
be at
bottom line.
Bottom of the track. By the time you're coming off turn 4, you're not on the bottom of the track
Yes.
anyway. I'm not saying in the middle of the turn.
You can move it down to the lower part of the apex of
It's
exit
just an
4.
indication of this is where you have to.
Go old school, put a chalk line.
That's more money to spend.
Well, late models used to always do.
Mhm.
That's a job too. So we've given our 23 members ballot forms. Do y'all still have them? I think you need to get one, Doctor. You just showed up. So option, so I just want to be clear here. We'll just take a vote here with the ballots. If, pick one if you want to leave the current restart rule alone. Pick two if you want to go single file on the front straightaway. And then, or if you want to put the cone in turn 4, that'll be number 3. So,
1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3. Right there.
I wish I had a whiteboard to write that down, so does everybody understand?
I wrote mine quick fast and hurry. Did I have to write that?
Don't put your name on the ballot.
Oh, no, I want everybody to know what to vote for. No, they gotta know what to vote for, man.
And like Jeff Holly said, you don't have to put your name on the ballot.
I want everybody to know where I stood on the situation.
It's ballot.
This you want, what you say?
So pick one if you want to put the cone on the front, all right. Number one is leave it alone like it is. Double file for the first 2 cautions and single file for that. Pick 2 if you want to go single file, cone on the front straightaway like it used to be at I-30. Pick 3 if you want to move the cone to turn 4.
Yep.
And still be single file, yes.
2 and 3 both single file, just the cone position is the only good. I know what Blake voted for.
I know what Jeremy voted for. Pick 4, if you want all double file. I would first, you need to vote for. Enter your voice code too.
He's been secret.
Yeah, he is.
So nobody knows.
All right, so we got all about that.
I believe so, sir.
Come back today, so.
Okay, so while we're counting while the secretary is counting ballots, we're gonna open the floor this time to any questions, concerns, anything you want to bring before the board. The floor is open. Anybody want to say, address anything, questions, whatever, come forward now. Okay.
You coming up here?
Oh, hey, you got it.
Yeah, I'm tired of this. It's not bad. Okay, changes.
Well, unless somebody wants to say anything, I was going to mention, if anyone saw on the schedule that we have a race at Rocket called the Rocket Launcher on October. IMCA points will be over by then. If you remember, there used to be a 10,000 win race at Waco at Hardin, Texas, and then it went like 5,000 this year. And in case you didn't know, that Selby over at Waco has cut any and all mod light races, dwarf car races at Waco. So Kevin Sester at Rocket has picked up that race and has asked Mod Lights of Arkansas to run that race. Again, it is a non-points race, IMCA wise, club wise, nothing wise, but I think it's kind of a great honor to ask us to come and officiate, score that race. And I have personally not been to Rocket, but I've heard nothing but great things about the racetrack and the facility. So I think it'd be, and I know the race in June will be a great tune-up race for everybody to go to and check it out. So that's what the rocket launcher is. They're looking at paying probably about $2,500 to win and $200 to start. Kevin's still working on some details for that, but it's just going to be dwarf cars separate, mod lights, and I think he's running 2 other classes with it, like a stock car class and maybe a mini sprint as well. So if you see the rocket launcher, I think it's October the 9th, 10th, or 11th. That's practice on Thursday. 18th and 19th, October 18th and 19th. We'll have a practice on the 17th, but we'll have 2 separate races on that Friday and Saturday. So, we'll run heats and features on Friday, then heats and features on Saturday. So it's 2 separate races.
If it's a non-sanction race, will you run 8 hours?
No, it is a sanctioned race.
I still got one with
But you put
Yeah, you got.
I thought wasn't a minute last year. Remember got any questions about anything? Any stickers? Comments, concerns? No. I'm happy to see a lot of familiar faces. I always my light races as a family. Family that don't always get along, but at the end of the day, it's family. That's what this class is all about, it's family. And I would love to see everybody clients yet. That's why,
Everybody get your checks. Everybody should have got something.
this year, since we're not paying sanctioning fees on race, we're not taking anything in, we should have a better balance to do some better things for the racers this year. But, yeah, Jim?
Woo-hoo! There you go. You get to piss everybody off.
I will, I don't care. Alright, so, ballots are in. What we're going with is issue 2, the single file cone on the front stretch. That's what.
I'll read the results.
No, you have to get it.
Number 2, so,
It was not close.
so next year,
Jeremy, you win.
Jeremy wins. So we're gonna put the cone back on the front straightaway, single file on all 3 starts, no passing before the cone. And please do not hit the cone or the guy holding the cone on the front straightaway, because we can't replace the Wayne Reed.
I'd rather you hit the cone one time.
Make sure you don't leave it out there for like 3 laps.
Yeah, Joe won this lesson.
I've never done that.
I don't know.
Yes, it did. No, that was Joe. Joe up there.
No, James Robinson destroyed our cone. Where's that, Greenville or?
I think it was all
Oh, number 1,
I
yeah.
think I booted it in like that.
Put your grandstand with them. They're just souvenirs.
I think it was Joe helping that night. Somebody left it on the front stretch.
Yeah, I hit it that night. Look at one of the safety cones on the highway.
Well, that cone never recovered.
No, we had to get a new one.
So,
I would agree with him. I think we just need to put that code. It is hard to
We can
see.
go through this. I didn't see, oh,
I think you need to do the deal like High Limited, put
Yes,
like a little light on it that blinks, that's pretty sure.
Oh, I thought you were throwing shoes.
For a goose? No, no. Hey, I think the goose is finished.
There we go.
There was some like landing.
Or you can go to the front one. Nobody wants to call.
Yeah, one of the races.
Okay.
same rules for every race. Because like it was said, too many rules get too confusing.
Hey, I do have a deal.
Gauge range.
Let's talk about the 4 wide deal.
Okay.
We need to get that in line.
Well, now Gage is right because I
I
say one thing and then as it happens, Pepsi gets on the radio and just undermines everything I said. So
4 wide's easy.
Let me tell you a simple way to do it.
5.
The way the lake models do it, and it works well for them. You have 10 rows, 10 rows of 2.
yeah.
Start with the 5th row, move them to the 6th row, move them to the, or 5th row, move them to the outside, they go to the front.
Like, that's
Everybody
how
follow.
I does it too.
Yeah.
Everybody
And then
follow.
on the next lap,
I
the
think-
centers go forward and back, just drop them back in beside
I think that'll work for the guys that don't know what we're doing. It's usually the out of town guys that don't understand what's going
Yeah, it's
on.
They just
So if they see the guy in
line,
front of them pull out and go to the front, they're more likely to follow than trying to figure out who's
right,
supposed to
right.
be.
See, that's why I was always writing the 4 wide lineup on the whiteboard for
Most of the
everybody to
travel
see.
guys don't know to come look at that.
Yeah, a lot of people that don't race with us all the time, they don't have to think about it.
That's true.
Well, you know, some people don't listen to us either, boy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Blake don't ever listen to drivers meetings.
You don't either.
Nuh-uh. Hey, we're not talking about me, we're talking
But
about.
let's be honest, how many of us really think about what went on in the driver's meeting and get ready to start the meeting?
That's true. That is true.
If anybody else has any other discussion, any other thing you want to bring forward, say now, wherever, hold your peace.
Can we what?
I'll second it. Florida recognizes Chris Tucker.
I got to talk about the driver's meeting. Why not make the driver's meeting mandatory?
It should be mandatory.
It should be.
We'll start taking rounds.
If you don't show up for the driver's meeting, you're supposed to point that out.
Have a sign-in sheet every time you go. Have a sign-in sheet, make a sign-in sheet.
everybody up. You got, it's like a roll call.
I'm not ever gonna show up, I'm gonna show back every time.
Can we have like some officials go by, from, like, 5 minutes before, hey, driver's meeting?
Well, the way normally does.
that.
As long as the driver's at the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not your trailer.
Sometimes they're not the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, I try to have the time that we're gonna try to have the driver's meeting when you come to register and, and pay your dues. I usually have, hey, driver's meetings at this time, at this place. I try my best to have that.
I don't feel like it's hard to miss our drivers.
It's not. I mean, we got a big red den. I mean, they should see it. So.
Well, like I said, him coming around is pretty good. You telling everybody, like, we pretty well know when it's supposed to be.
Go ahead, Chris.
There will need to be a session made, like if somebody has a blowout, running legs.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know, there needs to
Now,
be a
those
session.
people need to reach out to either me, Dylan, or JJ, and just let us know, and we'll do our best to accommodate.
Which is, I think pretty much everybody in this room has my phone number, so, I mean.
If you don't have my phone
You
number,
did,
it's up to
you
you.
did,
And if you don't contact
I'm always
one of us,
a very touch out, you know.
if you don't contact either one of us, that you're gonna run late, and you show up late, you go to the back. But if you call and say, hey, I had a blowout and stuff, we have no problem getting the pill drew for you. We're here to work with you and help everybody out at the same time.
We don't want anybody to show up and get DQ'd for something that's completely avoidable, you know?
Yeah, we're good with that old pass.
Remember, we went to old number one and we had 4 blowouts on the closed trailer and all there was 4 tires. We stopped at every tractor supply on the way there.
That's not me.
No, they had 2 tires at one, 2 tires at the other.
Well, I recognize James Rollins.
So what are y'all doing about pre-testing? Y'all pre-testing?
We're gonna offer.
We mandatory pre-test?
Okay. IMCA dictates that pre-tech is not mandatory. It is strictly optional. Of course, IMCA believes that we shouldn't do it. We shouldn't have any. But we're going to offer pre-tech because Mark will be there early. We'll have everything set up so you have, just like at Riverside, give everybody a chance to come, roll the car through the hoops, use the wheelbase stick, etc. We will have pre-tech available.
The guy that won it last year went through that pre-tech how many times?
3 times.
3 times.
Josh Hutchinson, yeah. He got quit and ran home to.
That's the last thing we want is somebody to show up not pre-tech and be like, oh, you get DQ'd because something's illegal. Well, if you didn't know it, and you didn't go to pre-tech, then you get screwed at the end. We don't want that to happen, you know?
Do we need to take a donation for a new roof to take out?
For a new hoop?
That's something I guess. I mean, y'all have seen Jimmy May sitting there trying to put it together. Grant went through it before anybody got there, and I thought you need to go over there and ditch.
We're looking on big fan. Yeah, we're looking at it, get another hoop. That thing is, we've had it, what, 3 years?
I know a guy over there.
Yeah, he tore it up.
You know what?
He tore it up.
He tore it up.
Greenville. I had a Robin Ford tore it up.
And Greenville.
Well, the bar slide's gonna cost you. The bar slide's gonna cost you.
All right, you know what? We got
I'm just
time.
saying, because I mean,
We got time. We can look at getting a hoop made. Just gotta get someone to make it.
Yeah, it's global material.
We don't want to set it up.
We want it legal. A legal hoop.
It needs to be adjustable and be able to read tape measure too. We will have a different hoop for the first race, April 19th at Texarkana.
They must not like your paint job you did.
The paint job was the problem, because it was too tight. We need a little more tolerance to pin the slide together.
He just needs to make it a little bit wider, you know?
No. I think the way this way.
All right,
I can't put that damn thing together.
nothing else. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Second.
Thank you, boy.
Candy Barnes. That being said, this meeting is adjourned. Everybody, we have tons of Renegade Racing t-shirts to give out as well at the meeting. We're gonna pull the box here when you do your membership. If you turn in your membership form, we'll get you a t-shirt. Also, I invite everybody to come and visit Mike Redding here. You might want to talk to some of y'all on his podcast. Other than that, look forward to seeing everybody at first race, April 19th, Texarkana Speedway.
Just fill one out. Okay, I got some ones up there.
I didn't know that. I tried to stay out of the way.
Yeah, it's just the rest of the stuff. We never paid for it.
Here's a hat, well, it's like $1,000.
It'll be 20,000. Here's your hat.
Everybody, have your attention, please. Everybody, have your attention, please. Our sponsor, Bar Goods, wants to talk to y'all about fuel real quick. Please listen to them.
We got plenty of it and everything, we'll have it again and everything, it'll keep it low for y'all, but, the deal of it is, we went through that fire last year. Everybody knows I had a fire down here. All in the golf cart, spread the golf cart, spread the board, spread the field. Well, I had 69 were on the field. Fire hits the so hot. Melting the aluminum, melting the metal, melting everything. It's nothing rear end of these golf carts where all you see is metal. You didn't even, I couldn't even tell how hard it was. That's how bad it was. But when it got to the fuel, you know how everybody, they're really thinking that, hey, the fuel's gonna blow up, blah, blah. It's not designed to do that. And these 55-gallon drums, and you're hearing them pop, they're expanding everything. Now, these barrels, some of them got as round as they was. And they never did. But what they did do is it's got these seals on the top of these barrels. It gets so hot, would expand and it blow that seal out and blow that fuel straight up. And it just hit fire and like floodboard straight up. The safest place on the property standing over by the field. Because it was direct fire straight up and burn all the fuel out of it like a hill. None of them, not one can. 69 of them racing. They've got all this octane, methanol and all. None of them was zero. Awesome. They all burned. So not as dangerous. They're dangerous. All we've got to take, racing fuel is different than gas. Know that. The vapors on gas, you can get real close and figure everything that ours can take and set it off. But racing fuel is a different deal. It's really vapors that gasoline has. You have to be real careful around gasoline. Racing fuel, not really super day. That's they actually maybe say that. Renegade phone station, you tell everybody this. People are worried that on racing fuel side, it's dangerous. Everybody hears them pop. Yes, it's not
Hey, you
dangerous.
don't mind, you can fill out some information for me.
That's
I've got all this spreadsheet stuff going on.
Here's the story.
Oh, you're good. It's been a minute. She, long story short, she's been driving. She drove my car for the last 2 or 3 years. Brand new. And then she turned it upside down in that part, and she bought a camera. She started taking good photography and whatnot, so I thought I'd get back behind the wheel of the car. Uh-huh.
You know, if they go up any, usually a little bit, and then, I out, but they haven't. Same way on top. You can't do it no more. No, I'm not designed to make fun of your time. Pretty good, thank you. It's better and better. Yeah.
One more, can you pronounce it? Sam. Write down the last one for me.
Huh?
Write down what's going on. This time it's on blank.
So they just can't look in there and see there's a piece of lead in there.
Oh, is it for you?
Taking over Jason's spot.
Yeah, I mean. Usually like the day before, I'll get a text from Sonny.
Yeah. That's kind of how this kind of worked out. You never know. But that worked out for it. Now I ain't got a racing partner. I'm gonna be all by myself. So how long have you been doing park?
I started that in June of last year. Originally, I started it originally just to kind of help promote the Black Rock track.
We got 4 inch and small.
Trying to help grow it. And then I thought, well, basically, just some of them drivers. Ryan contacted me in November, so now it's even bigger. I've got another show that we do on Thursday. It's called the Eagle Motorsports Racing Podcast. Me and my buddy from Canada, we talk about the NASCAR stuff. I mean, it's going to be a good one to watch because we back and forth with each other. Yeah, I was going to come down and do y'all banquet too, but I was so busy at that time.
Yeah, I just now got back into being part of the mall. So we stayed, once everything was done, I heard closed, we stayed at the first track. And so, she's from BB originally, and so we are up for a lot. We heard working the baseball now, and every other weekend is kind of the best fit for me to race if the scheduling is right like it is.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked out. I can stay at home. I like to iRace on that all the
You
time.
do iRacing too? I've been sucking into that thing for 12 years, man.
Well, I just got started, and I've got a couple of between the pavement and dirt. I've done a little bit of the other stuff, but I'm not into it much. I've got about 600 races in this. But
How many I got, but I'll tell you right now, stay away from official racing. Do run leagues, what's that?
Yeah,
What fun that.
I know that at the moment, like I tried to, the longer, but now the longer I played it, the more. Now I just think like, it don't matter what class you're on or what your already is, this and that. Which I fought, trying to find my way. It's an older one. Brandon Kern is the one that had it. I don't know what it's called. It's a Logitech, but that's an older one. But I can tell that the steering wheel is old to the point where there's a little slack in it, so it makes it, I need to put a little bit in it.
I had a Logitech G25, that's when I started. I got a 20 year, 29, and I finally just bit the bullet and bought the main thing. And I got the Club Sport, Club Sport with the pedals. And I've had that thing for 3 years, and this finally broke. Yeah, looks like a G25 or G29. Yeah.
But yeah, I got this thing just out of blue. I won't say it. My buddy Brandon Herman, he's had a big age. I'll tell you one cheap, $800. Oh, holy smokes. For what I've got, man, that thing is all right. I mean, it's a 32-inch flat screen TV to do the work, pedals, and then the rig itself is made out of this R20 aluminum. I don't know if that's the correct word or name of it, but it's a little square tubing.
Are you motion sickness? You get a lot of that?
I know.
It's
Yeah.
It's like, it comes to life, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're sitting right there, you're looking outside the car.
My buddy, my mother, just came home, and he got quick stream and all that. He said he put those on right now. But he don't do that very well. He don't his stuff. He said this little table work on it. He don't do real shake on, so he does real good other stuff. So, yeah, I'm probably doing that. I'm thinking about going there and starting a quick stream. Because a long time ago, before I got married, I didn't like fun. Perfect, bring back the character, and you just start quick streaming. You know, and do like say, talk to each other. He goes from there.
I got a little game on streaming myself. Now I just started. I mean, like weather stuff. I'm not working out.
Oh, yeah. My dad, and my mom, but his dad.
Myself, just need a little something for a little bit more race car. He keeps and all that. I'm a logging mechanic anyway, so I stay busy every time I'm gonna check her out.
You don't want no interview or anything like that?
Do what?
You don't want to do no interview?
Probably not right now. Wait till I do some major training.
Anytime you want to come on the show. Yeah, you never know.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I got them. I can run here and get that all day long. Yeah, does it, would it make sense? Probably not. Watch it.
The only thing though is, there's no after-school program.
Yeah, it used to go. He works in the Garland County.
Hey, you don't care when you
They all are on
Yeah.
Every time we go to the shop bay, clean up, whatnot, I'll take the shot and make sure they go. You'll climb. Mine has good scenes. Stick them, sir.
They're gonna be like, oh, so I took all that shit off. You got one for it.
Yeah, she will. Basic fabrication.
He said, no, I feel like that thing's gonna He's the one and I was like,
Where
you're gonna drive off and like, white man, you ain't doing it. I don't give a shit. He like everybody else first. Never like you better little. Get real hungry and then feel muddy. Yeah, the other fact, room right now, so I can about either one in there. I just had everything. Maybe we're in the You gonna work on your car today? Everything?
No, I got it on the ground that day.
That's why he climbed up like y'all make it.
I figured maybe and somebody else is going to do
Gives you about 15 more days to do it.
that. Yeah.
and then we're going to 105 the last weekend of the month. I'm telling you. Remember, I don't mind go down there and go. You got anything? That's about it. I got steer wheel. I'm trying. I got. He still got it. I didn't even get to test it good. Brand new. It stayed upside down though. So I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, it was. I would have flipped with a little steering wheel. I couldn't turn it. Save myself. It's a little heavy. A little heavier than normal.
No. Matter of fact, I think I did get your information on that. I'm trying to double check on some stuff. Anybody ever tell you look similar to Gabby Jones? Yeah, I thought that was Gabby Jones walked in. They look very similar to him. Number 6. From Sheridan. They're about. What's the chassis? TWR. Sponsor. Beach Veterinary Service. Right. Why you want to talk about oh, he did. I heard that. Ocean Stream. Ocean Stream. Dive and travel. I had a hole in the belt. That it? I got it fired up. Want to interview or anything? No. Not really. No. It's good to meet you, man. You too? Grab the bike. I had a stroke in November, so I'm trying to get built back up to right. The last race we had, it was that race. I was just come off the track. Still making that heavy cross. It's a good race. I had a good race. I started 4. Went out on the first lap, went in the rear, 24. Went out again. Yeah, I'm off the track and go ahead. They used to race late models. I can't run. I'm by myself all the time. Do everything. It's hard to go running all the time. One reason I got into this, I like it. Drive. About like smaller, easy to handle and move with base bells. That's something I always wanted to do. Drive like never had a chance. Alright, here you go. Alright. I may ride down tomorrow. Oh yeah, you don't buy.
Probably.
Yeah, and he don't drink anymore, so.
Oh, Lord. I reckon that's why he called me a while. No, I reckon there was either another birthday party. Yeah, one. Half. Whoever read that well. That's like a quarter of here.
I didn't get away from that night till about 9:30.
Tell Bobby, pick that car up and leave.
Dude, they got the dock's house at 4.
Well,
When I was sitting down here and I was like, maybe just want to talk. I'm like, how does this
Walk
go,
on
you
the
know?
yard, I think we got to go over there. Nobody thinks it's fun.
Yeah. They get shit, yeah. I was like, look at that, I'll be over there in a minute.
They got the car. Send at 3:30, I'm trying to get everything ready. I got a little early. I gotta come pick that car up, so I gotta get off. Get there, clean the shops up, get everything ready. It's like dark, it's 7 o'clock. You want to sit there and talk about it, this, that,
We can knock Williams out pretty quick. It's sitting on.
I didn't know this one was driving, I seen the trailer.
That's a nice, yeah, that's a nice truck he's got. I think it looks nice. It almost makes me want to buy one. Yeah, same truck Doc has. Not close, he is.
Big age, and then they keep showing on.
But then the only thing I like about him is if he's under a warranty and turbo goes out, it's nice. If it ain't, you gotta pocket it, they're not cheap. I swear, their dad hauls his, his 20-foot truck that drags the first, and that's 2,000 pounds.
Program in it?
Assuming it blows something hardboard off the flat. Hey, Bobby's not here. I don't know. Did he bring them to you yet?
Yeah, he brought me one of them.
Okay, well, those are Bobby's.
These are Bobby's.
Yeah. Well, I had one extra one on the shelf because what I originally did was
I'll give it to him Sunday because he's coming. He's got to come see me Sunday. I was like,
I don't know who's short. There was one tag short. So I don't know who got shorted.
They said they put everything in my box to make it complete.
Yeah.
And then he said he was going to go the rest of this.
So they had a create a part number because those dumbass when they're pulling apart. There's no part number for
I
it.
can't find it.
No, they didn't put it in the box.
forgot that.
Yeah. So
It's not on the invoice. I'm not even
no. Yeah. So I went by Thursday. I'm like, hey, you guys have put these parts in there. And they're like, what do you mean?
Come on.
Yeah. So we went out there and they're like, you guys have put those parts in there. What is that? And I'm like, geez, you gotta have 3 part numbers. So they had to create like a Y part number so they know to grab them off the shelf. It is nice. They're all gonna come box now, so nobody gets hit. They come through our box.
That'd be nice.
I'm trying to get mine put on the line.
Before it was, it just handed. I told them, we gotta get something better for shipping. The last 2 we shipped in up towards Illinois. UPS car, we had to sit there in boxes and play with boxes and shit. Yeah, and actually we saved $20 by pulling the tri-light off. It's got a little bit to sort the box up. Yeah, saved us over $20. Yeah. And I sold this label.
Chair up there.
Called up for the
Chair up there.
Put her back together, but save you $20. Shit. Hell yeah, thanks, man.
Get that right there.
Eliminate that one right there.
$37. Now it's just shortening the box down 6 inches.
That's pretty good right there. All right, we caught up with Gage Raines. Gage, nice to meet you. You out of Cersei?
Yes, sir. Out of Cersei.
How long you been racing the mod right now?
I think we've been back in it 3 or 4 years now. We raced to race
2011, 12, 13-ish, when it was just at I-30 for a little while. So about 6 years, maybe 7 years.
Now you got kind of a unique paint scheme. You kind of follow old what's the guy's name? Hot Carl. Yeah.
Yeah, I originally wanted to do the red, white, and blue, but I didn't want it to be too much like his, so we've always been blue and orange, stuff like that, so we incorporated that into the car. First year it was white, but now we went to black instead of white, so we're orange, black, and blue. And everyone seems to like that a little better.
So, just had the meeting here today. What's your thoughts on all the stuff that was talked about today?
I think it's productive. I like how we can all voice our opinions in this whole deal with our family. And like Bryce said, we may all get into it on the track or just that fact me and Bryce work the best of friends there at the end of the season, even though we're family. And but we've moved past and stuff like that. I love the family atmosphere of this whole thing.
Yeah, it seemed like the restart thing kind of got a little spicy.
Yeah,
for a little while,
it was funny as I started that last year. I've not made any friends with that, but I thought it niced it up a little bit.
So are you excited about some of the new places y'all are headed to?
Oh, yeah.
Arrowhead, Rocket?
Yeah, I'm real excited about Rocket. I was real excited about the again last year. We didn't get that one again, but Rocket was another one on our bucket list we want to do, and Arrowhead Speedway, I think is what it's called up there in Oklahoma. That was another one we really want to go to.
I hear that track's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a buddy that lives up in that area. The race blog that likes with us last year, and he talks very highly.
What's one place you hope to someday get to go race at the Mod Lights? Now, let me ask you this. Okay, would you prefer a small track or a bigger track?
I like them both. I like the racer in me because I've raced big cars too. And, we've been racing for 10 years now. I don't even remember. I started real young. But the big tracks, I like them for the speed.
Right.
But the small tracks are a lot more fun because they're actually racing
More technical.
side by side. They're more technical. There's a lot more going on. I'm not one of those guys that likes to get in the front and run off with them. It's awesome to win, but I like the race.
So I guess we can go back to that. That question is, what's one place you ain't? I didn't hear your answer. So
Yeah.
What would be your let's just stay in the state of Arkansas.
To race a Mod Light, okay, let's see here, because I've raced just about every track here. About one of the only ones we've not run is with a Mod Light is Batesville. I'd like to I've run big modifieds there and stuff like that, but I'd love to feel the speed we can get around that place.
I don't know how long ago it was, but they did.
Yeah,
run
they
them
did.
there.
It was before I raced Mod Lights.
And that was pretty fun to watch. I mean, they got, I don't watch
Yeah, we're a lot
PJ Reeves,
faster now than we
Yeah.
were back then. So, I know we went to Camden, Tennessee 2 years ago, and Lone Star, and they're pretty big tracks too. Maybe compared to we were really pumped around them ones. At the end of the straightaways is one of those moments where the whole car gets quiet, and all you can just kind of feel the vibration.
So I guess my next question is, I know some of the guys, I don't know about how many of y'all go, but y'all planning on going down to Speedweeks in Florida any this year? Or no?
No, I was actually going to go and help the gentlemen, Logan and Ronnie, that own Bulldog Chassis recently run. I was going to try to go help them. It works just way out currently this year. I'd love to go down there and race, but just not in the cards this year.
Well, looking forward to 2024.
Yeah.
How would you say your season outlook's looking as of right now? Do you think you're going to be one of those drivers to beat, or?
I believe so. We were in the top three all year last year. In fact, I didn't realize until after the season was over. I thought we had a horrible season. So Bryce was like, "Man, you realize your worst finish was 6th?"
That's good.
When he told me that, I realized we didn't have as bad of a season as I thought we did. We caught a lot of gremlins in the car, and I think we got that figured out right here at the end of the year. And I'm real excited going into the new season. I think we're going to be a force to do that.
All right. Well, folks, that's Gage Rains. And looking forward to getting to call some of y'all's races this year.
Yeah, looking forward to having it.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can't hustle up somebody else here in a little bit. Otherwise, just keep staying tuned. Thanks for watching so far.
Yeah, I've been out here for April for a while. That place hurts a lot. In fact, that's the first place I ever from. I flipped down the back straight with a big modified. Before I got back in mod life, I used to just work for my own side of the race on his race. Doing black cars.
Yeah.
I lost steering coming out of 4 out of 3 the shaft. Inside wall, outside wall, what am I gonna do? So my bright idea was let it kind of ease to the wall and use the wall to slow myself down. And he did. He did right front door and going up the fence. But it was that would have been
Where it's to their track, then you change.
I've always been.
It was wild. It was my dad didn't even realize it flipped. He was standing on the wall watching it. He didn't see me hit the wall. He jumped down and went back to the trailer. Never even knew I flipped.
You know, I hear back in 2000.
Yeah, we never really one of the other things. I was one of the rare full money cars I never got to. We started at factory stop. Man, you don't take your car and this and that. Like every time I went to I-30 to scratch off. I was in cars that or if barrel rolled over coming down the frustration. We're supposed to go to Boone and that's the first time going to Boone and I want to go to feature race. I got hooked in the leg rear and I all the way back to the race cautions and just caught the front of the car and just destroyed it. He barrel rolled. Oh yeah, we'll go back to there. Oh, it's awesome. And we had time, we raced the Prelude or whatever, but I've been to the whole thing. And the whole show is nice to see. So we had time to go through the whole thing. It's cool.
Or go down the line. I know she's not watching. She's listening.
We didn't make the first. But we drove. So we've made all three of them. I'm just racing. I was sure that race too. I love it. I think that first year was 60 or 70 and growing. 8 or 9 cars every year. Like this year we were about 80 cars. So big feature. Here is all the nation.
That's a double XC.
I've had it for almost 2 years.
Don't even breathe.
Alvin. People can pronounce it anyway. They say Alvin. That's all I've ever heard.
I'm but you're all day. Going fast, and I'm trying to, throw me off, but that's, I'll just, kind of like.
Right. I'll answer
JJ.
JJ Board, that's me.
I'm 78J.
Yep, I already got your information down there, buddy, unless you want to recheck it.
What are you doing?
I left mine home.
Some of y'all stuff last night.
He's funny looking, ain't he?
I was cool though. I waited until we were supposed to be out of the country.
Yep, that's it.
Want to do an interview or anything?
Yeah, we can.
All right.
We do. They just do.
All right, now we got with us, we got JJ Borden here from Hensley, Arkansas. JJ, how's it going, man?
Let's go. Getting ready for this year.
Yeah, well, had the meeting here today. What do you think? It was a productive day for you? Or?
Productive. We got some 10 works. Didn't you get some good races coming up? We're talking about restarts.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I talked to Gage Raines a minute ago, and I said, man, that was probably the most intense part. We're talking about restarts.
Yep. Yeah, it's always a topic to bring it up.
Yeah. Well, last season, how would you say your season went?
It was all right. We had some ups and downs. Broke some parts, won some races.
What's your favorite track on the tour?
I don't know, that's what it was. We didn't have a meeting.
My favorite track that we race at regularly would probably have to, it was out there. We got it's not there anymore. I'm a big fan of Range. We get on the wall there, just hammer down.
Now, I asked AJ, I said, what do you prefer? You prefer the small tracks or you prefer the big tracks?
I like the small track. Small,
more technical.
Yeah, get up on the wheel and hammer down.
Well, this season y'all headed to RPM and you're going over to Arrowhead. What's your thoughts on them two?
I talked to a good buddy of mine, Hayden Lynn. He raced the Arrowhead. I talked to him before we exercised to go there. That's a pretty fun, fast, slick track.
I hear it's a pretty amazing facility as well.
Yeah, I heard that. I haven't been to Rocket. I've heard some good things about it. I'm looking forward to going to both of them. Sure.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get to make trips both of those with you as well. Moving into 2023, you say you're going to be one of those top contenders, or?
I'm definitely gonna try to.
I know every racer will say, "Yeah, I'm going to be a contender," but deep down, I mean.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to be up there. Got a baby on the way, so I'll be missing the first race. But after that, I'll try to hit it forward.
All right, man. Well, I look forward to calling y'all's races this year.
Look forward to it.
And we'll be seeing you at the first one, hopefully. All right, thank you, sir. That was JJ Borden. Well, looks like everybody's starting to file out here. We've got just a handful of drivers left on board. So we'll try to meet up with a few of those. Appreciate everybody again watching this thing. We'll try to catch up with just a few more drivers before we end this stream. By the way, if you're still sitting here watching this, we do have the loyalty rewards program. If you like it, you share it, you comment, stuff like that, we'll earn you some loyalty rewards. You can go back to the Facebook page and check all of that to see how it works. So stay tuned. We'll try to get some more people real quick.
I can't tell the difference between 9 cars. We all three have one. We have all three bottom with the four. I already thought I sold mine for it.
My regular, hit or 8 painter with my home built.
That's how mine is. I run an 8. I ran that dude on my car.
Appreciate it.
I'm
Well,
going
you all done by me because I
TV. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we got Blake Wilson with us, and man, you talking about a storied career. Blake, you're a 4-time topless runner, a 2010 I-30 Rookie of the Year, a 2010 Arkansas Door Car Racing Association Rookie of the Year, 2013, 2014, and 2023 Arkansas State Champion, 2014 State Regional, 2015 Florida State Championship winner, Nationals winner, only Arkansas Mod Light racer to win in Florida. 2018 I-30 points champion, 2025 the national points, 2020 regional champion, 21 Mississippi State champion, a 22 Tex Myers Memorial winner, and the 23 Mickey Goodwin Memorial winner. Man, what more do you need to add to your resume?
National title would be awesome. But
Yeah.
that's hard to do.
I went back and looked at your stats, and my race pass only goes back so far, and you have a monstrous career, tons of wins, tons of top 5s, tons of top 10s. Well, how was last season for you on the Mod Light Tour itself?
It was kind of abnormal. Usually odd number years for us. We don't do too good, but we still, I think we ended up with like 6 wins. So it was a good year. We just had a lot of DNS, a couple of park failures, so just a couple of things that went our way. But we tried doing the national, tour. It was a hard schedule every Friday and Saturday.
Now, I ask all these other guys that I've had, what's one of your most favorite tracks to run at right now?
Between Greenville and Ocala.
You like it down there in Florida, do you?
Yeah, that was a fun track.
We're going to RPM. We're going to Arrowhead this year. Which one of them is you looking more forward to?
I hadn't been to either one of them yet. It's gonna be cool. There's a couple of places I really wanted to try to go to. Just things didn't really line up, and we're following the schedule, so you got to go race, your actual schedule versus a couple of tracks you want to go to. But I've heard a lot of good things about Rocket, so I've been looking forward to it. Got a lot of friends that race in Texas, so that's going to be a good time. I haven't got to see Arrowhead before. I think I've watched a couple of videos on it.
Yeah, that's the same with me.
A good one. So I'm pretty excited for it. Like Vivian, that was the first time there, and it was awesome. So.
Are you planning on going down to Florida for Speed Weeks?
No, our kid will be here the 18th. So
congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah. He'll be here the 18th. So 2 or 3 more weeks.
So you gonna run full time on the tour this year?
Yeah, we're planning to. Running the full state tour. For all of our scheduled races, and then do probably the $2 Pistol Speedway. Whenever we're not running the tour, we'll be testing out there at this run. It's only like 45 minutes from us, so it's nice to kind of just make sure you're putting yourself get ready for the bigger races.
So you feel like you're gonna be that one to beat this season?
I hope. We got a new car. The last car was pretty used up, so I feel pretty good about it. I got a different motor program, got a new car, just kind of redid the whole entire car, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping we get everything, tight, and you build a new car and you're stressing over everything. But the biggest thing I found successful is in the beginning of the year is you start out great. You know, that's going to carry you through mid-season, get you to the end of the season. If you start out struggling, you're already playing catch up, you know, trying to get caught up just to make sure the car works. And then on top of that, you're trying to catch everybody else that's already going. You know, you're going back 3 or 4 weeks. But if you start out, you know, with a good top 5, or you start out winning a couple of races early in the year, that kind of gets you through the year, and you're not so far behind. Not necessarily on the track, but themselves. So instead of chasing problems, you can be looking at other things you can do to get faster.
Well, we had the meeting here today. Do you feel like everything was successful for you today from all the changes or agreements?
I've been around it for 15 years, so I mean, I don't really care what we do.
Right.
I mean, we're still in a race, but I like the side-by-side racing, the double falls, you know, just because at the beginning of the race it's exciting and everybody's packed up with fun stuff. You do have occasions where people wreck, or some people do, things happen, and then I like, you know, the single file stuff because at I-30 that's what we always did. So that's kind of what I'm used to.
Now, I think Bryce said earlier, everybody's kind of like a family on this tour. Is that what really draws you to this? Is everybody's kind of tight knit?
Yeah, basically. I mean, if you're not at work, you know, working 5-6 days a week, you're working in the shop or you're going to the races. And everybody knows, like, I race every weekend. I don't have plans to do anything but race.
Yeah.
I've missed funerals, I've missed weddings, I've missed everything in the world you can miss because, like, you love it that much. Everybody knows Blake's got a race. It's going to be a very special occasion. Like, is it on a points night? No, then okay, I can go. But if it's a points night, I'm sorry, but everybody knows our race.
Absolutely.
Take it serious. I mean, we do it for fun, but it's not how we make a living by any means. But it's something that you love to do, and it's kind of like sports in high school for people or college sports. I mean, this is my sport. I take it serious, and I still have fun with it. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, man, I won't keep you anymore. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, no problem. Look forward to talking to you again.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, I'll be down doing Victory Lane interviews and there'll be you one night. So. Oh, yeah.
These days.
Well, take care, man. Enjoy it.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
All right, folks. That was Blake Wilson out of Mableville, Arkansas.
Thanks for coming. You want to go? JJ, don't be a stranger.
B main key.
B main key.
When every one of them will get to.
All right, so who we got here?
Dylan Hollingshead.
Dylan Hollingshead.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, looking forward to moving into 2024.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's here.
Man, it's been good the last 3 years, you know. I came on board with Bryce to kind of help him out and started out as just, you know, somebody that didn't really do a whole lot, and then now it's going to come in where, you know, we got a really good thing going on.
So,
really good thing.
Had the meeting here today. You feel like everything was pretty good, everything?
And I think everything went great. I'm looking forward to welcoming some returning members and some new old members, and new members on top of that. You know, we keep gaining and gaining more people, and you know, it's been pretty good. We've had a good time.
I've asked all the other guys. I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite track, and do you prefer a big track or a small track?
Man, when I was running factory stocks, I wanted the biggest, baddest thing I could get to. But you know, in these little cars, they're a lot faster than people think they are. You know, so you know, my favorite place that we probably raced at has been Architect so far, because it was a new place. You know, it was a good size quarter-mile track. And it was enough speed that you weren't worried about it, but you're also going fast enough that you were doing something. You know, it was just when it comes to little cars, a really big track. You know, it's a little sketchy.
All them other guys, they were saying Greenville's
awesome, man. Greenville's awesome. You know, it's one of them tracks that is a lot smaller than it looks, but you're going a lot faster than you think you are too.
Well, you're going to Arrowhead and you're going to RPM.
Yes, sir.
Which one of them you most looking forward to?
Man, me and Dr. Beach took a late model to Rocket last year, and that was probably one of the nicest facilities I've ever been to. That place is beautiful, man.
That's all I hear about it as well. It's one of the top-notch facilities. Now, I've been to Lucas Oil, and I've been to Eldora, and let me tell you, I'm looking forward to it. If it's the talk that everybody's talking about, I am excited to see it. So
Man, Kevin Sestera's done a really good job with that place down there. It is gorgeous. Real racy, real fast. I mean, it's not just a one-lane track that you just run around the bottom and chase the leader around. It's racy.
So moving into 24, like we've been talking about, you feel like you're going to be one of them top contenders this year? Or?
Man, I feel like we've been pretty fortunate, like Bryce said earlier. There ain't a B main that I ain't won all year, you know. And it's just our luck wasn't great last year, but anytime we were at the track, we were in the top 5. You know, we had a pretty good year.
You're winning B main, so that means you're making the picture. So that's all.
I think we ran 22 races last year. My worst finish was probably about 10th. So we had a pretty good year.
Well, any sponsors out there you want to thank?
Man, I can't thank Jeremy Wilson enough for everything he's done for me at TWR Chassis. He's like a dad to me. You know, he's always been my go-to guy. Any kind of questions, I mean, my car stays at his house. You know, Dr. Beach with Beach Veterinarian Services. He's been a really big part of my racing program for the last 2 years. My grandfather-in-law, he's done a lot for me. Christian Choxler at Work Harder Gym, he jumped on board with Blake's car, and then the next year he jumped on with my car, and it don't matter what you need, you just call him, and he takes care of it and helps you out. And man, he comes to the races. He's a part of what we do. He's not just a sponsor on the car that don't come to track. You know, he's always there. Even though he does sponsor the cars, he's willing to jump in there and help. You know, he's a really good guy. You know, he's just been a real good friend for a while. But like I said, if it wasn't for Jeremy, I wouldn't even be here. You know, he's my biggest support.
Well, buddy, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be here, part of this deal with y'all, and look forward to calling some races for you.
I'm excited about it. Maybe you get to interview Victory Lehman.
Yes, sir, absolutely. All right, folks. I think guys getting on up out of here. We're going to end it right there. I really enjoyed the stream. I'll go back once I get back home, and I will tally up the streamer royalty points. But from then, we'll see you on the next one.